How successful has Offshore Europe been this year, and how important is it given the recession and the low oil price?
I think the conference and the whole seminars up here have been very successful, and I think that is in some ways in despite of the financial crisis, but I think a few comments needs to be added to that there. What we have seen here this year is a very broad conference. We have had a wide range of topics here, ranging from the more managerial about the strategy, where we see the industry going, to some of the more environmental key issues around the environmental impact and so on, and very much around the technical papers. How do we take the conference and the industry forward? And what has been very encouraging is that we are seeing, despite the financial crisis, as you refer to, that we have a record number of participants, a record number of exhibitors. So we are seeing that the industry is really taking the long-term issues very serious, despite the financial crisis.
One of your key issues has been the recruitment and retention of young people. Do you see a long-term future for young people in the industry? Is it a good industry to come into?
It's a good industry to come into, it's a good industry to be in, and it's a good industry to plan to have a career in. I think one of the sessions we have had here has been where we asked the young people a few months back to try and address what they would tell us as an industry that we should be focusing on to make it an even more attractive one. We had a session called the Dragons Inn, where the young people were telling us what they felt we should be doing, and we could then grill them on some of their ideas, and there were some really good ideas and initiatives that came forward.
What about the environmental issues in the oil industry at the moment, and the introduction of renewables, the growth of renewables? What's your view on that?
First of all, I think the key issue, and I have seen that also from the politicians and the panels and from a lot of the industry leaders, it's an issue of actually having oil and gas and alternatives. It's not a question of or. They are both there, and we need them both in order to reach the goals which we need to do and to fulfill the requirements that the population has to live their lives and improve their livelihood. So I really believe that the industry is taking on, and a lot of them are engaging in some of the renewables, but it is an and situation. We need also to make sure that we extract oil and gas in the environmentally best possible way and with the smallest possible carbon footprint.
One of the issues has been where the next trillion barrels has come from. Is it any clearer after Offshore Europe 2009 where that will come from?
It's been an issue that has been debated before the conference. Today is one of the days when we have it on more specifically. This afternoon there will be more discussions around that. So I hope when we are closing the conference tomorrow that we will be clearer, because it's part of the process. Right now, of course, we are seeing some of the picture being drawn about the deep water areas, the more hostile areas in some ways, the Arctic and so on. But I think this afternoon will tell us more.